After much ado, I finally got Humpty Dumpty back together again. I'm going to do something a little different in this video, as I'm starting at the end of the video and the rest of the video is going to be what led up to here. A lot of the videos you see, it makes it look like the person started with the idea and they just saw it all the way through and everything worked perfectly. And I decided to do something a little different with this video. And I wanted to show the circuitous route that I had to take to get to this point, and how my idea actually changed from where I started to where I ended up at. I think this is the more normal course for most projects. In the next video, I'm going to go over the changes in the software I'm going to make, now that I got the hardware working. I've been wanting to update the driver. There's a new driver on the propeller exchange, and I wanted to do that. And there was a lot of little details in the program that I wanted to modify, but we'll get into that in the next video. So for right now, let's go back in time and follow all the dead ends and roundabouts it took to get to here. I got it now broken down to a lot of different pieces. Now to see if I can get it back together again. Well, my first cut of the board to fit into the top of the case fit perfectly right on the rim, which is not where I meant to have it. I meant to go a little bit deeper into the case because it's not going to fit down. But that is just such a perfect fit right there, and it gives support to the board. I'm now thinking I needed to change the orientation of this board to give me some more room. I thought about sanding off the ends so it goes sideways, but then the card wouldn't be too easy to get to. So then I thought, why not put the card up here on this board, which would make it easy to get to, and I'd still have some room for the buttons and LEDs. But the only thing is, I'd have a bunch of wires coming from here going back to the propeller. So then I thought, if I shrunk down the propeller a little bit, I probably could get him in here and the GPS all in the top of the case, and just leave the battery in the big part, which would give me some room for car keys or emergency money or whatever. The top board here is the user interface. It has the micro SD card reader. It has the buttons for picking which model to use for the track. I've added a button here for a place mark button. If I come to a place I want to mark separately, I can just press that. It has a bi-color LED. I was hoping it was red and green, but it's orange and green. When it has a satellite lock, it will turn green, and when it's writing to the SD card, it will blink orange. And I have added a prop plug connection so I can reprogram the chip without having to bring everything back out again. And it also has a connection for the LiPo battery right there. Underneath, I soldered on the GPS module right there, and I was hoping to connect the propeller board to this and make it one unit, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. I still have a ton of wires to connect everything, so this whole area right here is just going to be chock full of wires by the time I'm done. I may just stick this with some double stick tape or something to the lid, and the wires and everything will keep it pretty snug. So after getting it all wired up again, the micro SD card would not come up and work. Who would have thought that forcibly cutting it out of the proto board and then sanding off an edge so it fits in the new case might actually damage it or something?
So I took it off and did some diagnostics with it, and it still just would not come back up again. So in typical American fashion, I just went out and purchased another one that had a smaller profile and fit the case better.